Hello everyone, my name is Iolanda Menino and welcome to my YouTube channel. Has been a while that I haven't done one video and today I decided to come in here and to say hello to you guys. For the ones that do not know my story, I will do a short introduction. It is a very sad story and decided to carry on speaking up because my son deserves to have a voice. So my son Santiago, he was taken with 5 days old by Southampton Social Service. The real name is he was kidnapped. The ones that they use is that was for protection. That's all bullshit. And today I'm just bringing in here another case that it shows the corruption and it proves what really social service are about. So for the ones that do not know, you can follow my story, you can learn more about it watching the other videos, and you can check as well on the website. On my website, iolandamenino.com, or the website that me and Leonardo we built. So is www.ourbabywasnatched.com. So regarding what I decided to bring in here today, what I'm going to talk about it, you can check on the website on my blog. It is under other cases. So basically I speak about my case, but I am decided to inspire other people to speak up and to stand up and to really understand what is going on with them, because the way that social service they act is always following a pattern. Right, so the case that I want to talk about it is one that I've learned about it yesterday, and this was published on the article on connectionfrance.com, and this article was written by Selma Daddy. And the title, so this article basically is speaking about the case of SarahJane Poole from UK. So I want to say hello to Sarah. I want to congratulate her for not keeping a secret about what happened to her, and I want to say to Sarah I'm really sorry as well for everything that she has been through, and because she lost her husband. Right, so the article is, I'm sorry, but I will just read some important points from the article. The title is France, Let Me Keep Baby UK Wanted to Take Away. Hundreds of British parents flee the country with their children to escape forced adoption every year. Here, another mother who came to France tells her story. Yeah, that's right. If it's the first time that you're listening about forced adoption is forced because these children, they have mothers, they have fathers, they have families. And if you were not aware, yes, it's true. Children, they are being taken away from their loving families against their will, and they are put for adoption. Why? There is many reasons. One of them is because social service, they get a bonus by each children that they remove from the families. Because the foster carers, they are not carers, but they are like a career, yeah, foster career, because they do a career from it. They don't have to work like you and me. What they will do is to just collect children at home, and they will get money for Christmas, for their birthday, and probably they don't even feed them, because some of these children, when they go and visit the parents, until when they are still allowed to see their parents, some of them they have not been eaten and they show really bad clothes. So the money that the foster carers they receive, they don't spend on the children. Right, what is written in here is a British woman has told how she was allowed to keep her son in France after she fled to the UK. after she fled the UK to stop him being taken away at birth under the Children Act. Former health worker SarahJane Poole, 33, has been investigated by French social service and deemed to pose no risk to her son, now 2 years old. This happens to several hundred British women every year. A baby can be removed at birth under UK law and put into foster care or up for adoption without parent consent, if the parents are deemed to be potential dangers to their children in the future. So this means that there is nothing against these parents. It is based on future. So they are removing the children for the children to not potentially being at dangers. Does that make any sense? Of course not, because no one can be punished for what have not done and for what not have happened. So exactly this is what I'm saying. So children that have been taken away from their families, not because the families they have done something, and I will show to you the reasons, the ones that they use for this case. The reasons are varied. For example, it is a prediction and not based on proof. The decision is taken in a family court with judges hearing reports from social workers. Attention that the family, many times they don't even speak on these cases. Mothers and fathers, they don't have a voice in court. The judge only is going to read the reports that the social workers they have done. Why? Because the judges are involved on these too. The reasons are varied. For example, a previous violent relationship. Others countries remove children only if abuse is happening. Mrs. Poole and her partner became subject to UK checks because she had suffered depression as a teenager. Did you hear that? And takes antidepressants. I will repeat that. Mrs. Poole and her partner became subject to UK checks because she had suffered depression as a teenager and takes antidepressants. So she had a depression probably once when she was a teenage. Probably she didn't even really have a depression. She just mentioned it to the doctor, oh, I feel low, and the doctor gave to him some antidepressant and that's it. And now SarahJane Poole is 33. Mr. James Howard, 32, who ran a window cleaning business, had a criminal record for possession of cannabis and stealing a car in his teenage years, and had also undergone therapy in a psychiatric hospital. So why the father is being investigated? Yeah, because not because he was a pedophile, not because he was doing human trafficking, no. Because when he was a teenage, was not last year, alright, was when he was a teenage, he was caught with cannabis and stealing a car. He committed suicide 9 months after their son was born in France. I will repeat that. He committed suicide 9 months after their son was born in France. So this means that the social service in England, they are responsible for the suicide of these men. Mrs. Poole says it was the stress of the move and the UK investigation. He could not deal with the fact that they took everything from us and we were powerless. In a matter of one day, we went from having a house, friends, family, to nothing. We were in a country where we could not speak the language, we did not know where to go, we had no friends. It was the worst time of my life, I lost the love of my life. Alright, so this father commits suicide under the pressure that he was being put through. The family, the friends, it is the people, they believe that social service, if they remove a child is because the parents, they are bad parents because they have done something wrong. No guys, what I want to tell you is that this is child trafficking and people, they need to be aware of it, alright? You need to support your family, you need to stand for these children, you need to support for those families. Stop pointing the finger to these families because they have done nothing wrong. And these parents, they shouldn't be going through these situations because they have a depression. The people that should go inside the prison and the people that should not have children are the ones that they are pedophiles. And most of the cases that we are watching right now, the children, they are actually being given to the pedophiles. Campaigners want the law changed so children can only be removed if a crime is committed. They say suicide among such parents is not rare, and often social workers see it as a validation of their action. Yeah, exactly. Once the father commits suicide, then they can say, oh yeah, you see, that's good that we took the child, that we had act, because he was not a good father. He was feeling blue or whatever. Mrs. Poole and her partner fled their home in Caldicot, South Wales, to France when she was 8 months pregnant, after learning their baby was at risk for being removed at birth. After children are removed, they can be put up for forced adoption, and once they have been adopted or fostered, cannot be returned. That's true. I've never seen my baby since he was being taken from me. He was only 1 month old, and now Santiago is going to be 4 years in February 2020, and I don't know nothing about my baby. Mrs. Poole's mother, a former dental receptionist, has since moved to live with her daughter and grandson in Gers. Mrs. Poole is still traumatized by the way she and her partner were treated by Welsh social services. It started, she said, when a friend of her partner, whom he met in the psychiatric hospital and who had mental issues, contacted social service about them. The 50-year-old accused the pair of taking drugs and other offences and began threatening them on a daily basis. Mrs. Poole said, he sent us a text saying, I will make sure you never see that baby. But social service did not take this into consideration. They don't care about it. They don't want to protect the child. What they want is money. And if there is anything that they can use as a reason, they will do it. On the last meeting, social workers said that they were allowed to take the baby after it was born. This is all why? Because they don't want the couple to run away to France. That's why they lie. From day one, you could tell it was a decision they would come to. No matter what you said, they weren't listening. The accusations against us were unfounded, Mrs. Poole said. UK social service traced the couple to France, but they then came under French social service investigation. After her son was born, Mrs. Poole had monthly monitoring from social workers here in France, but this has now stopped and it was deemed unnecessary. She said French social service were a dream compared to the UK. They really wanted to help me. They saved me. She's now trying to build a life in France and is looking for work. I don't think so. His mother wants to go back to UK. And for help with learning French. She says that if she returns to the UK, her son could still be taken away from her. Exactly. I will tell you as well, if for any reason I would get pregnant now, and if I would be in UK, they would take my baby, my second baby as well. Why? Just because they have taken the first one. And for them, that's enough as a justification. A spokesman for French social service said, we can't comment on an individual case, but it is correct that the law in France and the UK is different. France puts the link between the mother and child at the centre. A Welsh social service worker contacted by Connection said, we cannot advise on this case and are not able to comment in general. Basically, the social service in UK, they are acting illegally with the help of the judiciary system, obviously. So what they perform is kidnaps, but those kidnaps, they are legal. So they don't want the public to know about it. So the families, they are not allowed to speak to the news. This mother probably is only speaking, obviously, because she's at safe with the kid and because she is in France. Because if she would be in England, they would punish this mother for speaking up. I have received, for example, a threat for exposing the case. a French documentary on the subject of forced adoptions, Les Enfants Volés d'Angleterre, The Stolen Children of England, was shown on French TV in 2016. You can see it by clicking here. So this article is available on a post on my website, and I invite you to learn more about forced adoption, to learn about other cases. I will be writing about more cases, because I think it's a subject matter that the people, they should be learning about, and it can happen to everyone. It's happening to English in England, it's happening to foreign people, is happening worldwide. I am aware that these cases, they are happening in America, in Norway, in Sweden, in Australia. Is happening everywhere. So people, they should be aware, and we have to be the voice for our children. And that's the reason why I'm in here, because I want to keep a record for Santiago. I want him to know that he always has been loved, and I'm leaving the breadcrumbs so he can find his family. Santiago has a mother, Santiago has a father, and has grandparents. We are all waiting for him, and we know that that day will come. And Christmas is coming, and unfortunately it is another Christmas without our baby. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe this channel. Subscribe the other channel, Our Baby Was Snatched, and follow as well Leonardo Edwards. He is Santiago's father, and he exposes the same as me about the kidnapping of our son. If you want to learn more, please feel free, comment below, and I will be answering all your questions. So guys, thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.